What if design wasn't just about solving today's problems, but imagining tomorrow's world? This is the essence of speculative design, a practice that dares to ask bold questions, challenges assumption, and creates a vision of futures that don't yet exist. Speculative design isn't about polished products. It's about possibilities. Instead of asking what people need now, it asks what might life look like in 10, 20, or 50 years down the line. Take the Dunes and Rapes project designed for an overpopulated planet where they imagine genetically modified animals helping humans adapt to the extreme environments. Or Anthony Dunne's Hertzian tales, which explored how invisible radio waves shapes our lives. These aren't products, they are provocation, stories in physical form, and we have seen how imagination, once considered absurd, becomes reality. From video calls in the Jetsons and Star Trek to the smartphone, we now take them for granted. But here's the paradox. We live in a world overflowing with content, trends, and aesthetics. Yet how many of those futures are truly our own? Too often, imagination feels like outsourced to algorithms, influencers, pre-packaged lifestyles. It looks like dreaming, but it's imitation. We recycle the same looks, the same hacks, the same safe ideas, and when imagination is born, the future narrows. But this isn't a critique, it's a call to step out of borrowed futures and dare to imagine bold ones and your own. Think of way Black Mirror episode unsettled us, not because they're purely fantasy, but because they exaggerated the pattern already shaping our lives. That's the danger of borrowed imagination. We risk living inside someone else's script. Why does this matter? Because the future doesn't arrive fully formed, it's designed. Speculative design helps us explore ethical dilemmas before they become real. For instance, projects like Augur Lizio's Is This Your Future asked how families might live with domestic energy device in a post-oil world. More recently, speculative designers have explored climate change with ideas like clothing that grows with algae or prosthetics for a post-human era. It doesn't give us answers, it gives us questions. And sometimes the right question can change everything. Speculative design thrives on experimentation. It imagines future shaped technology, culture, and ecology. Consider Superflux's mitigation of shock, an installation of a future London flat where food is grown indoors after climate collapses. Even consumer brands experiment in speculative ways. IKEA's Tomorrow's Meatballs project imagines sustainable foods of the future, from insects protein to lab-grown meatballs, inviting people to taste test tomorrow's diets today. These works are not predictions, they are provocations. They ask, is this the future we want? Speculative design doesn't stay confined to studio or galleries. It shapes debates and technology, sustainability, and ethics. When MIT Media Labs design fiction projects envisioning autonomous cities or AI-driven politics, they aren't predicting the future. They're creating spaces for society to question what comes next. By sparkling curiosity and even discomfort, speculative design helps us reimagine what could be and what should be avoided. Speculative design is imagination with purpose. It dares us to dream and dares us to ask questions. The future is not something to wait for. It is something to design. The only limit is imagination.